man, when to start this conversation, start today talking about the Dragons Dogma 2 drama. My God. Just let me put some armor on straight away so I'm slightly more protected. The Dragons Dogma 2 bit was actually just a throwaway line in the middle of a discussion about what is pay to win. And oh my God, the amount of backlash. So everyone's going, I think what it is Dragons Dogma 2 is a sequel to a relatively niche RPG that people were massive fans of. And I can understand being a massive, powerful, emotional fan of something rather niche. I am that myself in many ways, of many different things. My favourite musical is called The Dolls of New Albion. Most people have never heard of it. I absolutely love it. But when the sequel came out and the microtransactions were there, what I think happened was the fanboys who had been hyping themselves up for this sequel to be absolutely fantastic, they got incredibly upset that people weren't saying positive things about their game. And they took it as a personal attack. Because when you make a video game your personality, you take critique of that game as critique of you. And they see any criticism as a personal attack. And I think what it is there's this fanboy mentality of, I must defend the thing that I'm a fan of because it is worthy of being defended. And if I defend it, maybe more people will come to be fans of it. And there's this weird cyclical thinking where if more people are fans of it, it's better. So if a video game comes out and I'm having a really good time and I'm enjoying it and everyone turns around and goes, oh, that game's crap. Okay, I'm having fun. I can still enjoy it. I can still critique it. It's the very important thing. I can acknowledge what is crap about it. And I can still very much enjoy it. I mean, part of me, deep down, enjoys the bouncer. I would never admit that. I'd never tell you that. But it is true. There's a love to be found. Is it a bad game? Absolutely. Objectively, it is terrible. Some of you probably enjoy Starfield. You know what? I rip on it all the time. I joke about it all the time. If you enjoy it, great. What you don't need to do is jump and attack people who are critiquing the game. It doesn't make you look any better. But at the same time, because this is nuance, I was wrong, and so I put out an update video, taking blame, and trying to rectify the mistake, because I didn't want to be part of the dog pile. Everyone jumped on me going, you should have done your research better. Problem is, I did, but there's so many times that if you research it and if various sources all tell you the same thing, you start to think, okay, yes, that's correct. The problem is when all of those sources are also taking their information from another source, which is wrong, it all ends up trickling down. And one of the reasons I didn't want to install it was because of the de novo DRM and the fact that if you delete your saved game in a single-player RPG, correct me if I'm wrong on this, it locks you out of playing on Steam for a few hours. Just double check that's the thing for me. There was a thing where you can only have one save file on Dragons Dogma 2 on PC, and if you manually delete that save file by going into the files and the folders and deleting it to effectively start the game again, Steam sees it as you attempting to hack, and it stops you from playing it for a while. Is that correct, or is that wrong? Someone just double check with that, because I've seen a lot of news sites say that's what's going on, but I love you and think your video on pay to win, don't think you're at fault. Well, I was absolutely at fault. The thing is, I understand that the Dragons Dogma 2 fans wanted everyone to love their game, and when it released and people didn't love their game, instead of attacking the company that made their game, they decided to attack the people who were criticizing the game for valid reasons to criticize it. If we as gamers could, maybe support each other and ask better of the companies that are making the game, that would be great. Another thing also, you can have a critiqued game and still have fun. Like, you can still enjoy it. That's something that you can do. People seem to think that when I was saying a game has faults and flaws, they're like, oh, so you're saying it's crap. No, not at all. Said it's fine.